So as you can see, once you start traveling, the world opens up, and then you appreciate all of this. This is all food from all parts of the world. You will feel as though you are different from others. It will feel lonely, and you actually doubt yourself. But instead of doing that, just remember what actually happens when you come back from a long trip abroad. After we go on a long trip, we think that everybody will be waiting eagerly to hear what you have to say or want to know exactly what you've done. And the reality is, that's not what happens. But it's absolutely fine. So this is why I wanted to create this video today, so that you can have a better idea of what to expect when you get back from a long trip. I've been to South America for 10 weeks. I've also been to Australia for over 6 months in my 20s. And I've been to Spain for over a month. And so basically I've traveled to many places in the world, and I know what it's like when you come back. You are feeling absolutely excited and filled with emotions, new experiences that you want to share. And but then when you get back, unfortunately, you soon realize that not everyone is either interested, or you realize that life happens and things are not necessarily the way you think they'll be when you get back. First of all, the first thing to expect is that everybody has their own lives. So even if you have been on holiday, or you've been on a long trip or pilgrimage or anything exciting like that, it's great for you, and most people will be happy for you. However, they also had their own things going on. So before I carry on, let me show you. You could probably see and recognize that I am on Tower Bridge at the moment. Let me show you what's in front of me. So this is now, we're about 5 o'clock in February. And it's a bit windy at the moment, but the microphone with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 should be good. Okay. So as I was saying, everybody has their own lives. So that doesn't mean that they don't want to hear what you have to say, but it does mean that if they have children, or they have families, or they have anything going on at work or with their relationships, they will be distracted by that, or they're also going to want to talk about that, because that is what's happening in their lives right now. So even if you've been on a holiday or you've been on a really cool trip, if it doesn't align with what they're going through, they're not going to connect with your stories or what you have to say. Let me show you now. You're still on the bridge, but I think here we're right in the middle, and you've got the glass walkway right there that you could walk across if you go up the Tower Bridge. So that's an experience that I highly recommend doing. Anyone coming to London, it's about £13 just to do that. Not too expensive. It's really worth it. So that's the first thing that will happen, is that you do have to realize, do not take it personal. If you, let's say, meet up for a coffee, you go to the restaurant, or you go to their place, to your friend's place, or your family's place, and then you turn up all excited to tell your stories or share what you've experienced. But then when you get there, they are distracted with their children, or they start talking about their stories first. That's just normal, and that's something to just remember, and not to take it personally, and not to feel that people don't care. It's not that they don't care, it's that they also have their own things. While you were away, they were also dealing with things while you were away. The second point to expect is that, well, it goes hand in hand with the first point, is that you may never be able to fully share what you've experienced, or to get anyone to fully understand what you've experienced or you went through or anything like that. Because when you travel like that, things go so fast. When you travel, you could meet one person one day, on the same day you could meet 10 people, and then do different things. In the morning you'd be doing one thing, in the afternoon you'd be doing something else, and in the evening you'd be doing something else. That is just what it is when you travel. You're just more open to experiences and to meeting new people. And there are so many things to say, or even to remember, that you'll never have enough time to even explain everything that's happened. Because you could say, oh, I went there, I took a bus, I met with these people, and I then decided to follow them and do this horseback riding, and then this happened, and we went there, and then I met this person, and then decided to do this, and then I went to this vineyard, and I met this person, and then I went here and there, and it's just a never-ending story, really. And you've got so much to share and say that, unfortunately, unless they were there with you to experience that, they cannot connect with it. And so it does come hand in hand with the first point, because that's the thing, it's all about connecting with the story, and not everybody will connect with that. So that's why you have to accept that you will never be able to fully share everything. And that's why it's good for you to then start maybe a blog or a journal, or create some videos some way, to be able to share that, so that you could get that out of your system, because it is a lot to either remember, but also it's an type of excitement that you do want to share. And it'd be a shame if you just keep everything in, but also it'd be a shame if you just feel that nobody cares, and then you could feel quite isolated or lonely, which you shouldn't. That's the thing. That's why I'm here to tell you that it's not a lonely thing to be traveling alone and to be experiencing all of these experiences. It's a very rich experience to have. Traveling alone, you get to fully go for what you actually want to be doing, without having to worry about others or compromise all the time. So it would be one of the best experiences that you could ever have, because you're really going for what you want to do. Okay, so I stopped recording because I wanted to cross the road safely, and then I thought I had pressed record, and I started filming again. I wasn't filming. I did not press record properly. So now I have to think back of what I was saying to get this video flowing again. I believe what I was saying was that when you travel alone, you don't have to compromise anymore. You get to really pick all the activities you want to do. Everything you want to do, you're going to do it. So when you do that, you're going to get so many memories and a lot of emotions, a lot of new experiences and new people you've met, and it's really amazing when that happens. So I recommend to write a journal as you travel, or take as many pictures as you can, so that you could look back on it, and for yourself to really be able to either read back in your diary or look at the pictures and videos for yourself, so that you remember what you've achieved and what you've experienced, because unfortunately not everyone will either see it, or the people that are in your life, not everyone will get to see or fully understand what you've experienced. And once again, that's okay, because not everybody needs to know what what you're doing and what you're going through. And that's my other point, is that nobody owes it to you. Nobody owes it to you to sit there and listen to your stories, unless they are really interested in it and wanting to know. The ones who aren't interested are the ones who either are going to do the same thing as you, who want to do the same thing as you, who want to go traveling in the same way, or they want to go to the same destination. So they are going to be interested. But anyone else, they don't need to be interested in it. They don't need to sit there and look at all your pictures and videos. Back in the days when people used to have those slides, you know, as a joke, it was always an uncle who would have lots of slides of pictures, and they would organize an evening where the whole family and friends would sit down so that they could show the slides of their holidays. It's the same thing. Not everybody is interested, and it's become a running joke kind of thing. And as you could see, it's not right to do that, because if people are not interested genuinely, then you're wasting your time, their time. It's not pleasant for anyone. And yes, you do want to share it, but it doesn't mean that they need to sit there and listen to your stories and watch everything that you do, or look at everything that you've captured. And it's only fair. So that's why you have to just accept, again, that nobody owes you anything, and you don't owe them anything either. So we just have to remember that nobody owes anything to anybody. If we want to be supportive of each other, of course, that's great. But we have to remember that not everybody will be interested. Nobody has the time, and that's okay. So that's why you have to find ways to share what you love doing. So if it is to take pictures of where you're going, or you want to talk about your experiences, then find a way to do it and to reach people who are genuinely interested. So you could start a vlog, you could start a blog, you could start a website with a blog, you could start a YouTube channel, you could start a TikTok account. There are many ways to do that, to reach the right people, to align with the right people. Another point to expect when you come back from a long travel or a really big travel that you're very excited about is that when you do get back, you're going to feel so many emotions. Just remember, you would have experienced so much, but also near the end of your trip, if it's a long trip, you would be mourning the fact that, okay, this is coming to an end. And when you get back, of course, you'll be excited to see everyone, and everyone will genuinely be excited to see you, because especially if you've gone for a long time, people will want to see you again. But I think what they miss is that person before he went away, is a person who maybe have not gone through all those experiences. And so what they expect is for when you get back is that you'll be the same person again. And in your case, it's the same. It's not the same, sorry. In your case, you will come back, and unfortunately, you realize that, okay, things are the same as before. And even though you've experienced all of that, the reality will kick in that, okay, I'm now back to the normal day-to-day life. And you will go through a long mourning period without realizing. You will feel that things are not right, or you will really miss something part of you will be missing, because that person you were when you went away traveling, you were becoming something. Especially if you travel alone, you discover things about yourself even more because you're allowing yourself to experience things that usually you wouldn't get the chance to do. So I had to stop filming abruptly earlier, and so now we are a complete different day. I'm walking around the streets of London now again, so that I could finish the point I was talking about before. And this is the beauty of video editing, is that you could actually do that. You could film anywhere and just put the clips together. Hopefully it'll work. And so the point I was making about when you travel alone and then you come back, and obviously when you get back, part of you is missing, because when you travel like that, there is so much that you experience and then you feel, and it's very difficult to explain that to anybody. And also, as I was saying before, is that they also expect you to come back but as that person before, so that okay, now you're back, let's keep going as usual, but within something is different, especially if something is calling you further. It's different, and it's changed something within you. So that's something to expect. So it could be that you're going to want to express it in a way that you want to change job, or it could be that you want to change your lifestyle, relationships, let go of old friendships, and let go of a lot of things, because you start to realize a lot of things. So yeah, it could be quite unsettling, and in that sense, it does feel lonely when you get to that point, because then you don't know anymore what's right and what's not, or so it could be quite. You could feel quite lost in that period. So expect that to happen, and know that just follow your instinct, follow your heart, go with it, because it is a journey. It is all part of the journey. You didn't go on that long trip for no reason. It's teaching you something along the way. It is a very rich experience and it's beautiful, but it does change something. It will make you feel that there's so much more in life to experience, because you would have woken up every day and having so much opportunities to do so many different things, and also you realize that, wow, okay, there are so many people out there that you connect with. Sorry, I've just realized that I've crossed the road in a way that is not safe at all. But luckily no cars were coming, so that was good. So the main point is to not take anything personally, and to know that it is a journey. You are on a journey, and not everyone will understand it, and it's okay. It's okay, and just make sure to know that, and to find a way to share your experience in a way that you could connect and align with other people who understands you. Otherwise, it will feel lonely for that, but trust me, there are other people out there. And in a way, I am creating this video so that you know you're not alone if you feel that way. That's it. I've now reached, actually, the destination I wanted to show you. This is now a lovely market. We are Sunday afternoon. So welcome to Maltby Street, and this is Roadblock. What a great way to finish this video. So as you can see, once you start traveling, the world opens up, and then you appreciate all of this. This is all food from all parts of the world. You have Japanese food, you've got Chinese food, you've got Vietnamese food. And then you realize that there's so much more to life to discover. Wow. You get a bit of everything: ham, cheese, Spanish meat. Wow. Okay, so that was pretty cool. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video, and that it will give you a better idea of what to expect if you decide to go on a long trip and what's going to happen when you get back. Everyone's different. Not everyone's story or experiences will be the same. It is really to just make sure that you don't take things personally, and to realize that the experience that you had is worthy. It was valuable, and you have the right to share it, and to want to maybe inspire other people to do so, to do the same. But you have to find the right channel so that it feels right for you to do so, and that you really get the people who are willing to either listen to you, to follow you, to watch you, or to get the value from what you have to share. Otherwise, you will feel as though you are different from others. It will feel lonely, and you will actually doubt yourself. But instead of doing that, just remember, do not doubt. Just know that it is normal to feel that way. And if it does feel as though nobody's listening to you, or that it feels like you're the weird one that is going a different route than others, just know that it is a journey, and that's your journey, and you have the right to wanting to walk the walk you want to walk, if that makes sense. Please enjoy, and make sure to subscribe, like, comment, engage, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.